Greetings, Namaste, Hotep, Alafia. My name is Iyalosha, Oshun, Itanna, tabi, Nielah, B. Spears. I am an international performing artist, dancer, singer, priestess of Oshun, minister, author, healer, sacred woman, also a Reiki Master. I am a mother, and I am your sister. I am a daughter. I am a son. I am the sister and the one. I am woman. I am man. I am mother, owner of the land. By the spirit of Ori, uproots clear consciousness for righteous destiny. By the spirit of Oshun, brings forth love, light, acceptance, healing, and sweetness of the moon. From my mess, I give you my test, with messages tried and true to empower and enlighten all of you. So sit with me, breathe with me, to recharge your thinking, becoming upright in your thoughts to combat the system's insanity. Telling our ancestry to be delivered from the drama story. So let's embrace self-awareness and become self-care. With us, with me, liberating our hearts to forgive inside. To rebirth the lotus is to live and arise. To flight. I hope you enjoyed that. I wrote that like at 3:33 last night, which was the exact same time I actually completed my new book. The Rebirthing of the Lotus, a womb wisdom journey of wellness tools for the mind, body, soul, and spirit. You can find it on Amazon. It is a wonderful tool book that helps you to get past the past and move forward to your divine destiny. From a little child, I have been blessed by the best. Been given an opportunity to walk in my truth from a very young person. Many of you who know me, know that this is nothing new. I've always dressed this way. I've always been this way. So I've always had a sense and sensibility about culture, a love, and an embracing from my blackness. And it didn't always come from other black people. I give thanks because many of my teachers are Italian or Native American or Jewish, but they always celebrated who I am and who others were that were around me. But from a little child, Mojuba to my Egun, Annie Ruth and Jack Ingram, Granny Inez Wright, to Ferry Williams and Leroy Wright, Mojuba to Keziah Moultrie, to Belton Brown, Rosella Washington, Daisy Ward, Ada Ingram, Oscar Ingram, Annie Brown, and to all of those that came before them. Because of them, I am here, and I am who I am. I remember growing up with my grandmother, and church was wherever she was. Spirituality was not in the building. It wasn't in looking at someone to, give you the answers that you needed. But it was in every experience that I can remember, and some of them I remember so vividly, with her, spending summers with her and seeing all of the variables of how she served the community. And there was a lot of different situations that I saw my grandmother operate in when it came to servanthood, and when it came to, putting her even very life in the hands of others to help others. My grandmother was a gentle spirit, yet she was a fierce warrior in so many ways. And I can remember the days and nights of being in her home, and, prayer was always an activation. Prayer was always going on. There was nothing new. When I went to the church, it was strange because, there's all this structure that is needed. But with my grandmother, we could be walking down the street, going to the store, and she could feel the spirit moving, and, she'll start speaking in tongues, or she'll, have little tracts that she'll pull out and give it to, some man or woman on the street, or, that was growing up. That was us growing up. And so from those experiences, and she never shut her door to anyone. She never was so judgmental to where she led people or allowed people to feel like they weren't loved. And that's what I remember the most about my grandmother. And when she passed, there were so many people that came and talked about the different things that she did for them in their life. And all of that was teaching about truth and spirit and energy and souls, and Iwa Pele, which is good character, which is what we strive for in this culture. And so throughout my life, just, embracing that and being, in the space with my mother, where she was a consummate, determined energy to get stuff done and to do right by people so that she would be done right by. And so I always watch people bless her, strangers bless my mother, and having my father, my stepfather, who I call my father, Bishop Edwards, he was, that person who was a giver. I never heard him say no, but he always we always had, and it wasn't that we were rich or wealthy or anything like that, but we never saw beg for bread or was needing for seed. There was never an opportunity where we just didn't have it. And if we had those situations, we never felt it. My brother and I never felt it because of the blessings that was upon us and upon my mother and upon my grandmother and all of those. And I give thanks and praise for my aunts and uncles who poured into me discipline and protection and the artistry, the dance, and the music. I came from a musical family. My uncles, the Brown brothers, who are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or at Radio City Music Hall, who had their own quartet at Radio City Music Hall, and they were gospel singers. And my uncles, who were had their own band, Chocolate City, and doing their own thing, and was growing up around all this culture, all this art, and then going to a performing arts school where my teachers poured into me in so many ways, from so many different backgrounds. Just was blessed, and having the apprenticeship with Gar Fagan for many years, and having all those cultures around me really sprouted out the essence of who I have become today. And so there's so many variables, so many different places and things before these last 20 years of my life have substantiated who I am. For all of those of you who really know me, like I say, you know that background and how this is not new, and so me becoming this Yoruba priestess has always been a part of who I am. And then, of course, learning about my ancestry, my African ancestry, and then traveling and going global and discovering and traveling and researching thanks to my cousin Marcus. I've learned that this is who I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I give credence and thanksgiving and blessings for the teachers from my ancestry, but also from the churches, from the many apostles and bishops and ministers and pastors that I've sat with and helped to strengthen and build their ministry and help to start the foundation of their ministry. I count it all joy. I count it all a blessing. I count it all a blessing, beloved, because it is all necessary for the journey. And so everything that I understand, understand about Kemet, about holistic practitioner work and herbs and the modalities of the body and how it works for you or against you, depending on where this Ori is, but also in the Yoruba world, and how this place encompasses for me everything that I am and everything that I am becoming, because it doesn't stop here. It continues on and on and on and on, and so I'm grateful for all of those that have come through and have made me this person that I am today, and that the person that I'll continue to grow into, because it doesn't stop here. There are many journeys ahead. I'm grateful for just the many sisters that have come through, and how they have empowered me and have given me the blessed ability and opportunity to be a blessing to them. And so to my dear sisters and prayer warriors out there, I give thanks and praise for each and every one of you. To my dear sister Priscilla Baldwin, to my dear sister Dextricia, I love you, love you, love you. Joy, I love you, love you, love you. To all of my sisters, Angelette Brown, you've been there since third grade. I mean, these are sisters that are recently in my life, but also have been in my life for quite some time. And there's so many more. I am blessed to have divine relationships, and that's part of the reason why I wrote this book, and there's two more that are coming. And because I have been blessed to have really divine relationships, and I give thanks and praise, Mojuba, for my mother, my grandmother, and my aunts and uncles, because I've seen great relationships in the midst of, ups and downs, good and bad situations, but I've seen great relationships. And so with my children, my three beautiful seeds and my beautiful additions of Kevin and Nico, but I have Dimitri, Judea, and Israel. And I am so happy, so blessed, so grateful for these seeds that have come into my world to teach me to continue to be a great student in this life. I give thanks and praise for Mary Lee Miller, first healer and student of healing and teacher. By her, I was able to meet Queen Afua, who she used to be a student of Queen Afua's as well. So the baton has been passed down, and to so many more. But Mojuba, to my husband, Adelana, Babalosha Yamonya, Adelana, who, when I met him through, moving after being divorced and remarried, I give thanks and praise for our reconnection from another realm. And then from my ex, Lawrence Black, who we reconnected and made these seeds together. I give thanks and praise to my son's oldest son, father, Shane. I give thanks and praise because every lesson is a blessing, and every blessing there's a lesson. And so through my divine relationships, I'm able to teach this work. I am able to stand firm and tell you that every lover that I have had in my world, we have strong relationships today. And they're respectful relationships, they're divine relationships, they're blessed relationships. Because I understand, overstand, and understand that to have a divine relationship, one must have a divine and pure and righteous relationship with themselves. Then all of their relations are healed, quoted by Mother Queen of Fuba. So I give thanks and praise for this journey because it's, again, a continuation. So I leave with you, Mojuba, to my godmother, who I was crowned from, Iya Monife, Chief Iya Monife Moreme, Oshun Balewa. And I'm sure there's another name because she has so many crowns. And to my godfather, Oba Atayeshe Oduno Gulano, and his wife, his beautiful Lori Iyalosha Oshun Funke. I give thanks and praise. And to all of you that helped to make this possible, Iya Shangolade, Janet Prait, and Iya Shangolade, Dr. Kimberly Washington. I had 2 Shangolades. And to all of the other priests who helped me along the way. To my dear, 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 dear sister, Ifanike Omowale. You know, we are from another essence of time that we have traveled this way together, and so many of you. When you get the book, one of the things that you'll see that my mother said to me so eloquently, you were able to thank each and every one of these people in such a personable way. She said, I hadn't even read the book, but I saw this and I saw how you took the time to name each and every one of these individuals, giving thanks and praise for the things that they brought to you in your personal life individually in such a divine way, in such a short statement, but such a divine and personable way. And she said, I was touched by that, and that meant so much to me. So thank you, my mother. Thank you so much. I love you. And so if you were not named, it doesn't mean that you, but these people that I named in this book, I'm just going to say this and I'm going to conclude here. The people that I named in this book were people who have been with me through the trauma and the drama. And you know, you've helped me, you blessed me, you rode with me, you prayed with me, you laid hands on me, you did ritual for me, you did all the things that were necessary. You brought me to the altar to help me to transform and to grow up so I can grow out of that space into this space. So until next time, I look forward to seeing you. Stay tuned with me. Tune in with me. Go ahead and add your comments. Share these videos because there'll be more to come. And I look forward to just sharing this energy space with you. Until next time.